You want to introduce me, Aradhana, or could I start the session now?
I would be introducing you first and then you can take over.
Okay, done.
Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TechGig webinar series, our endeavor to empower techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is the key to enhance our skills and grow us as professionals. With this principle in mind, we have initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give you all a crisp insight of various domains. The topic of today's session is Business Analyst Role in Plan and Agile-Driven Approaches and Skills Needed. Our guest speaker today is Sairam Bingi, Managing Director and Founder, Member of Synergy Solutions Private Limited. Sairam Bingi, Managing Director of Synergy Solutions Private Limited, possesses more than 18 years of professional experience in software development and corporate training. In the software development team, he has been involved in roles throughout the full life cycle, including programmer, module leader, project manager, and business analyst. He has conducted numerous training programs for major global IT companies, including Microsoft, Accenture, Cognizant, Honeywell, IBM, HP, EDS, Mindtree, Tata Interactive Systems, Wipro, Logica CMG, Royal Bank of Scotland, Deutsche Bank, Merrill Lynch, Target USA, and GE, to name a few. Through his experience, he has facilitated courses in enterprise architecture, business analysis, business process management, logical data modeling, project management, rational unified process, agile with Scrum, software effort estimation techniques, requirements management with use cases, unified change management, object-oriented analysis and design, testing, unified modeling, language, software architecture, and design patterns. He holds a master's degree in information technology from Kevampu University and a diploma in management from Indira Gandhi National Open University. He is certified as a project management professional, CBAP, from the Project Management Institute, and also a certified Lotus Notes professional from IBM. So, without further delay, I introduce you all to our guest speaker. Over to you, Sairam.
Thanks a lot, Aradhana. Good afternoon, friends. My name is Sairam Bingi, and I'm certified PMP as well as a certified business analyst professional. Now, before I go into, I'll just quickly run you through the agenda for today. That is the topics that I'm going to take up, and the agenda topics and the session plan layout as to how we are going to proceed throughout the session. Now, in fact, if you can see the title of the presentation today, it is a business analyst role in both plan-driven and agile-driven approaches. Apart from that, the skill sets, or I would rather convey as the essential skill sets that would be required for a BA, irrespective of whichever domain that he works in. So those are the session topics that we're going to talk about today. And the session plan out would be like this. Initially, I would be starting off with the basic concepts, that is to bring in everybody onto the same page, wherein I would be talking about the definition part of the business analysis. That will become the foundation for the talk of mine. And then I would be going into the essential topic, which would be I would be defining who is a business analyst. In fact, when we talk about the role of a business analyst in an IT company, what do we mean? How do we define a business analyst? That is what we're going to talk about. And once I have explained about defined a business analyst and the role of a business analyst, I will be going into another area that would be I will be talking about the essential skill sets that would be required for a BA. He may belong to a product-oriented company, he may belong to a service-oriented company, or he may belong to any other company which is, using an IT product or an IT application, and he may be playing a role of a PA out there. So I would be, focusing on the skill sets part of it, and the skill sets which would be, required for a BA to do his job much more better. So that would be the third the topic that we're going to discuss today. And then the essential thing is I keep getting a lot of questions wherever I go into most of the corporates when I do consulting and as well as training programs. That is, how do I get into a role of a BA, or am I eligible to get into a role of a BA, or there is a transition of, in most cases I have seen testers getting into the role of a BA. So I'm talking about who all can get into a BA role, and the transition part from when they move from one role to another role. So that also I'll be focusing on. And when we talk about, most of you from IT companies, you know that in IT, we follow either of the two approaches. One is a plan-driven approach. When we talk about a plan-driven approach, all the requirements are documented upfront, and then you move on and and then you go about developing your product or an application. Now, but nowadays, over the last couple of years, most of the companies have come into agile way of doing things, where delivery is done in the shortest span of iterations. So we're going to talk in terms of BA's role in both the approaches, that is plan-driven approach and agile-driven approaches. So once we have spoken about these topics, I will be taking you through in terms of what are the BA career path that might be there for a BA. And apart from that, I'll also talk about, to move on to the next level, what are the certifications which, a BA can add to his profile to climb up the ladder of the career. Now, this would be my session plan, and once I have discussed about this, I would be opening up the session for question answers, and I plan to do this entire exercise in a span of 35 to 40 minutes, and those remaining 15 to 20 minutes I'm going to allocate for question answers, and I'll try to take up as many questions as possible in this session. And even if you can, my mail ID is also mentioned, and you can also forward your email ID, your questions onto my email ID after the session is also over. Now, moving on to the most important part. Moving on to the most important